My name is Angela Herringer. I've been an esthetician for almost 20 years, and I on YouTube am the Holistic Esthetician because I do believe that taking care of your skin is a whole body event and that we have to take care of the source of the problems. Today's episode though, oh yeah, we're going to talk about all of the different types of exfoliation that could benefit you whenever you go to get a facial. Exfoliation is so important is because if you will look at an 8-year-old skin and they just always look so darn perfect, don't they? They are shedding and they're having a natural resurfacing every 7 days because they are meant to grow from a tiny cute little baby into an adult. So after a while, once you're an adult, your skin doesn't shed and look beautiful naturally every 7 days, right? So that's whenever you start being like, wait a minute, I need something extra to get that glow back. And exfoliation is going to be key. It is going to be a major step in reprogramming your skin on how to act youthful again. So if you look at that 8-year-old, their skin always looks good, and that's what we really want to strive for, is to retrain our skin to exfoliate and turn over, and we're going to do that superficially with these different treatments that are the most common. So microdermabrasion is using a machine that literally is like sandblasting your face. It kind of feels like a cat tongue. It doesn't hurt, even though it's kind of loud and bulky. So there's different versions of this you can get. So the most popular microdermabrasion for years was with crystals, and basically it would blow the crystals out on the face and it would suck up the dead skin. So it was using that mechanical exfoliation to really just kind of get down in there and suck out. It's really good for blackheads. It's really good for just somebody that has a layer of dry buildup. Here's the thing though, with microdermabrasion, you have to be careful about what skin types you use it on. If you have just acne with lots of pustules and inflammation, microdermabrasion is not for you. If you have broken capillaries in this area, you never want to microdermabrasion the top of the nose or the cheeks on a very high setting, or you will pull up more capillaries. So there are some little tricks and things to getting a good microdermabrasion, and you may have the perfect skin for it, but I will say that not everybody does. So there's that. But also you can do one where you don't use the crystals, or even now I have a machine that uses Himalayan salt, but it's still the same thing where it's shooting it onto the skin and then sucking the dead skin back up. So if you are not, because that one can be kind of messy, but the other one is diamond tip. So the diamond tip is a little, it's almost feels like sandpaper, but it is a little diamond and it doesn't blow anything on the skin. The tip itself kind of scrapes it. And there are dermafile. It's almost like dermafile, but with a dermafile, you're not getting the suction back up. So with the diamond tip microdermabrasion, sort of the same concept. It's not near as probably strong. It may not get as much dead skin off, but you can use that diamond tip microdermabrasion with another treatment to make it even more impact. And sometimes, like if you do a chemical peel and you really don't want the full-blown microdermabrasion, with that it's going to be too strong, then you might go ahead and use the diamond tip. I like to keep all of them on hand so that no matter what type of skin that we're looking at, that we make sure that we're getting the appropriate type of microdermabrasion if we choose to go that route. So one that you probably heard a lot about lately, because they're putting a lot of hype and advertising into it, is the Hydra facial. That is a type of Hydra Dermabrasion. So it's using more of a liquid and infusing it to the skin to kind of break down the gunk and the buildup, and then sucking it back up and sucking it back off. It can be good for blackheads. I find with either one of those though that they're not going to get all of the blackheads, so you still may have to do some extractions, but they definitely both work with getting just that dead skin and buildup off. Probably the most popular treatment right now that you can do for an exfoliation is dermaplaning. It is epidermal leveling, and basically it's taking a scalpel and it is sloughing off a layer of the dead skin. And the bonus of dermaplaning, and why I think it is so popular, is that it does take off peach fuzz. And so us women have found that we really love how silky and glowy our skin is whenever we get the dead skin and the peach fuzz off. It's impactful. It is immediate results. It's probably the service that I do the most of, but I usually utilize it with some other things. I like to layer, chemical peels, which we'll get into with dermaplaning. Anyway, that's probably one of the most popular. If you're wondering, am I gonna grow a beard? Is it gonna make the hair grow back all crazy? No, it's not. Nothing is gonna change the way your hair grows other than hormones. There would be something inside that would make the hair grow back different, but it is something that once you've done it once, that peach fuzz starts to kind of bother you, and you do feel like you want to get it done every few weeks or month. I don't know. I do love doing that treatment, but I really love how good my skin feels after I do it. So I do know why it's become so popular. Chemical peels have been one of my favorite go-to treatments for a long time. I love what you can do with chemical exfoliation. I think that the science behind it is always fun and exciting. There is so many options to play with when you're talking about chemical peels. But what they do is they have a molecular structure that is going to go deep inside that pore, that hair follicle, and it's going to kind of like Drano clean it out. And whenever you clean out the inside of it and then slough off the outside of it, it is such a beautiful result from a chemical peel. Now, for some people, they want their whole face to peel off. We have chemical peels that are that strong. The perfect peel will just remove absolutely everything on those upper layers. Then you've got the most gentle of peels like lactic acid, which just is a derivative of milk. I really like lactic acid to mix and match with other exfoliations to get an even deeper treatment. So if you were wanting to try a chemical peel, make sure that you go somewhere where they know what chemical does what. You don't want to come out with a burned face, but definitely chemical peels can give you major results for so many different things. So if somebody comes in with acne, a lot of times the first thing I will do is let's put a chemical peel on there and kill some of the bacteria, and then we'll go from there. Chemical peels are one of my favorites. I like to mix them with microdermabrasion, with dermaplaning. Basically, I love chemical peels for lots of different reasons and lots of different facials. If there was one treatment that you could get regularly that would really impact how your skin aged as far as a treatment, it would be if you did a regular chemical peel. So I would like to just leave that out there. If you are like, I can't afford facials, or, that's such a luxury. You can do a mild chemical peel monthly for pretty affordable. And if you just did the chemical peel with nothing else, you don't have to break the bank to age beautifully. That's what I'm getting at. One of the first things that they did for exfoliation that the French did, and it's kind of, you put this sticky Gommage on there and it glues to the dead skin. It kind of, like binds, and then you roll it off, and you can roll a lot of dead skin off that way. You can roll a lot of blackheads and such out too. Gommage is excellent for somebody with really sensitive skin, and it also helps as a little bit of a booster with some of the other exfoliations, because there's lots of ways to mix and match. You just really want to know skin before you do it, so that you don't have any weird complications, unexpected happen. So after years of being behind the table of doing aesthetics, I have seen so many different treatments come and go in fads. And one fad that I hope is finally dying off is this charcoal. They're putting charcoal in everything. Y'all, don't believe that. There is really no evidence that charcoal is beneficial in any way for your skin. So there's like a million products right now that say contains charcoal. Why? Are you going to start a fire? Are you going to do a barbecue? No, forget the charcoal, you guys.